Okay, so I've made a little bit of progress with the Lawnflite MTD Transaxle, and if you watch the first video you would know that I had a problem that the wheels were locking up in first gear. It wouldn't drive forward. So when I've taken it all apart, I can turn these and they both go forward and it will not lock up. When I put the bolts in and tighten it down, it locked up again. So I was a little bit stumped. I thought it might have been these brass bushings here. So as I was clamping it down, the little tags were maybe in the wrong position and it was clamping down and locking it up. But I further discovered, after replacing both these two bushes, that there's actually play in this cog and this, whatever you call it, that runs through them. So if I show you this, turns nicely. This one here, it has play. See that? Now that's got sight, it's moving, but it has no vertical play. Look at that one. See? So what's happening is when I put the lid on, and this cog here, which you can see is where the pulley goes onto, pushes in between these. What's happening is it's, when I'm clamping the bolts down, it's pushing this out. So that is not running true. And in forward motion, if that is not perfect position, it's locking up. So that's the theory. So I have purchased a new one of these and the new bar that it runs through. As you can see, when I put this on here, and that way, perfect, no play in that. So I'm going to take this one out, put this new one in, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, you can hear how rough that is. Oh, it's horrible. And the play is terrible. Okay, so that's all the bolts back in, and here we go. It's in neutral. You can see that by put this on, turn it, these aren't turning. Hopefully when I grab each side of the axle I should be able to turn these freely. Yes! Now it wasn't doing that before. Like I say, what was happening, it was locking up in forward gear and it was also locking in neutral, so I couldn't even push the machine when it was turned off. And now it's all tightened down. What was obviously happening was these had play in it like that, so when we pushed the top cog in, it was pushing this out of line and locking everything up. So it seems that I've sorted it. I just need to put all this back together and then get the axle back onto the machine. So I've got everything back together on it now. I've got the brake in the right place, adjusted. When I select the gears, it's turning forward and backwards, and I think it should be fixed. So all I really have left to do now is to get it back on this machine and start it up and see if it's going to work. I've got the axle back in place. It's just 2 nuts and bolts on this side and 2 on this side too. I just need to get them tightened up. So I've put the belt back on. It's important to get the belt on, and this here, which is the forward and reverse selector, in between this belt. If you put this on and connect it first and then come to put the belt on, you can't do it. You have to take this back off, and this is the direction the belt comes. So all I need to do now is reconnect this. I can't get my fingers in there. Reconnect this here and put a split pin through it.